In this video we will see what type of graphical representations the given pair of linear equations will have. So here are the two linear equations in two variable given, and the equations are even x plus. These are the equations in the general form, and I'm sure you all know this, right? So if there are two equations given, so and we know that each of these equation corresponds to a line in the plane, right? So these are the two equations. That means each of these represents a line in the plane. And if we ask you what is the possibility for two lines in a plane, then like you can, some of you may say that okay, the two lines can be this, that is when you extend, these are coincident lines. There is another possibility that okay, these two lines in a plane are not coincident, but these are the perpendicular lines, or that means intersecting each other at 90 degree, or for that matter if not intersecting at 90 degree, they are just intersecting at any other angle. So the other possibility is these lines are intersecting lines. Is there any other possibility? So yes, there is one more possibility, and that is that these lines are parallel lines. These lines, they okay, let me try to make it as much parallel as I can. Okay, better. So these are the three possibilities. This is first, that the lines are coincident lines. Second, the lines can intersect each other maybe at 90 degree or at any other angle. The third possibility is that lines are not intersecting at all. So these are the three possibilities. Now the question is, what if given is this pair of equation, and the question asks you to find out which type of graphical representation the given pair will have. So one way out is to plot the graph and get to know. But is it really required to plot the graph every time you just want to explore one of these possibilities, that the given pair fits into which of these three? So the answer is not exactly, not really required. What we can do is we can just have a look at these coefficients over here, and the constant terms, and just by merely looking at these we can say that what type of graphical representation the given pair of equations will have. So let's see how to go about. The method is really simple. What we have to do is you have to just look for the coefficients of x and the ratio of the same. Then you have to go for the coefficients of y and the ratio of the same. You also have to look into the ratio of the constant terms. Always remember, when you go for the ratio of the constant terms, your equation has to be in the general form, that is on the RHS on the other side of the equal to, it has to be 0 always. If not, we'll convert the equation into general form and then we'll calculate these ratios. So now when you have calculated the ratios, what to do next? So what are the possibilities? Let's see. The first possibility is, what you have to do is now you have to compare these three ratios which you have calculated. So let's say you have compared and you got to know that okay, the ratio of the coefficients of x is not same as the ratio of the coefficients of y, right? So the first two ratios are not equal. That means the graphical representations will be the intersecting lines, right? So the graphical representation is the intersecting lines. That's the first possibility. Intersecting lines means intersecting maybe at, they are intersecting at right angle or at any other angle. Okay, so now what is the second possibility? Let's say you compared the ratio and you got to know that the ratio of coefficients of x is same as the ratio of coefficients of b. Then can we draw some conclusion? No, then you have to look for the coefficients of C. So now here there are two possibilities. Either the ratio of coefficients of x is same as the ratio of coefficients of y, and in turn is same as the ratio of the constant terms, or the other possibility is there is yet another possibility, and that is the ratio of coefficients of x is same as the ratio of coefficients of y, but is not same as the ratio of the constant terms. So each of these possibilities also correspond to the graphical representation. Let's see. As we have already seen that if you have if the ratio of coefficients of x is not same as the ratio of coefficients of y, then lines will be intersecting. But if all three ratios are same, lines will be coincident lines. These lines will be coincident lines. And if the ratios of coefficients of x is same as the ratio of coefficients of y but is not same as the ratios of the constant terms, that means your lines will have no point in common and these will be parallel lines. Right? So what we have seen is that if only we don't if we don't want to plot the graph, there is an alternate way by just looking at the coefficients of x and the y and the constant terms and comparing the ratio of these coefficients. Also we can say what type of graphical representation the given pair of equation will have. That's all for this video. We'll discuss the next concept in the next video.